was a wild week. I thought it was a great week. Actually, I was green all week, but it was freaking. You had the Trump thing. You had inflation data. What else did you have? Did you have non-farm payroll this week also?
That was last Friday.
That was last Friday.
Friday that just passed was the Friday before.
Yeah. So then you had PPI and CPI this week.
And the market just kept going up.
Gosh, it's hot as hell, man.
And then what were the inflation numbers? I'm just curious.
Bro, I think PPI, one of them was like 6%. Something stupid. Let me see if I can dig it up.
Okay, I'm going to go look at Forex Factory.
Bro, it was something ridiculous. Obviously, oil.
Oil.
Forex
Factory.
Is that what you use Forex Factory? I can't find the
what did they do? Hold on a second. When did they do inflation?
This week. I can't go back. Is my problem. Oh yeah, Forex Factory. You can go back.
Yeah, I don't see it.
What?
It also could be because I'm only filtering red and orange events.
Nah, core PPI was on Wednesday.
Is that inflation?
Yeah, it has to do with it. And then CPI was one's consumer, one's producer. CPI was 3.8. It was up a tick. But PPI, dude, PPI was like hot as fuck. This isn't the number I was looking for, though.
It doubled.
I've never used Forex Factory.
Core PPI went from the previous was 0.2% and it went to 1%.
Yeah, you know what it is? Oil is starting to push everything up. Is what's starting to happen. So I think the reason the markets went up is because it kind of expected at this point. Like, you know, it's not something out of the blue. They're kind of saying, hey, like it's kind of priced in, I guess, that you're expecting it to go higher. There's actually a lot of things that are going on underlying with the markets, which is very interesting. But like inflation was ticking up before oil. And now I think they're going to blame oil. And then once this thing settles down and inflation doesn't really come down, then they're going to be like, yo, we have an inflation problem. But you kind of had one prior. So I don't understand why now it's an issue.
It's fucking obvious. It's always, we're always going to have a problem with inflation, especially when they're doing shit like this.
Yeah. So I think they're going to blame it on oil. Just like
they're going to blame it on Iran.
Well, just like when they were giving out the free money because of COVID, like inflation was ticking up and nobody gave a fuck. And it was just going up and up and up. And all of a sudden, you know, then they care after obviously they sell out of their positions and, you know, they adjust everything for themselves to make it better. Then they, you know, then they're like, oh, yeah, inflation's an issue. So,
yeah, they're fucking full of shit.
Yeah. So I don't know. I know Trump's I've never seen anything like that with all the business leaders going over to China. I don't know how this whole Iran thing is going to end. I think Trump is kind of over it. And I feel like they're at a stalemate where Trump needs a win. Iran needs to show that they won. But I just keep seeing like all these little incidents. Like I just looked on freaking Financial Juice, and I guess there was a drone attack on the UAE. So I mean, they're not done.
That was last week, but it wasn't even last week. It happened like earlier, and it just got reported.
Well, they're saying now, like, look,
there was another one.
There's more UAE shit, yeah. And now you got Taiwan worried about what was said over in the Trump meeting. Basically, Trump is basically saying that he's not going to protect Taiwan if China wants it. You know, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yo, what's up? Anybody on the chat? Come say what's up. We're just talking markets, prop firms, everything else in between.
Say hi, chat.
Say Thanks, hi, chat. Yo, you should put the poll up.
Do you want to see my poll?
Yo,
hold on.
But I think that's honestly what's happening is I don't think we're going to defend Taiwan if China wants it. I don't think Trump would. Maybe in another, maybe in another presidency will defend it. I just don't think he wants to deal with something that far away from home. I just don't think he's going to do it. We're at a severe disadvantage. It's not like, it's different like when we're in Iran because you have a lot of countries over there that would help us out. Europe isn't far. You got Israel. Like when you're over in Taiwan, I mean, I don't know. I would assume we don't have a ton. I mean, you're going to have to bring over a bunch of carriers and shit like that. But like China's right there. I don't know. I don't think it's something that we want to be involved in. And also the trade aspect with China is going to be that's going to be a huge issue. Like, I don't think anybody wins on that. And I don't get what China gets by getting Taiwan back. Like Taiwan semiconductors, like honestly,
they could just do business with them.
I think Taiwan Semiconductors is probably going to move their business out of there. I think they were talking about building a plant in Arizona. And I bet you they destroy that factory before they let it get taken over by China.
Yeah, I mean.
And then what do you got? You got Taiwan. Like, I
think it's more of a symbolic thing than anything.
Yeah, they want it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, But, America, we're going to protect Taiwan at all costs. And just like, first of all, Taiwan's not Israel. Taiwan has nothing on the U.S., unlike Israel.
I don't see us. Listen, I see us sending them some military gear just to make it harder. I do not see. I don't see us really doing anything over there, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think we're just going to chill. That's my personal what I think is going on over there. And I think Trump brought all those leaders of business over there to really discuss doing real things with China. I don't think he scooped up all those guys to not move the needle over there.
Yeah, I think it wasn't a posturing thing.
I think he cares more about
him is like everybody fucking wants to hate on the guy. And like they shit on him, but like what other president was able to round up all of these major fucking business tycoons and bring them all to China at the same time,
Well, I think he sees trade with China as a high priority instead of like, I hate to say it, but he's like, I'll sacrifice Taiwan because, the greater good of trade and everything else, China and the U.S. have to work together. I mean, and anybody that says that, like, look at all the shit you own. Like, a lot of
it's all made in China.
So,
if it's manufactured in the States, what about where the parts come from?
Parts come from China, and then it's put together over here. There's very few things that are. Yeah, I mean, we're heavily relied on them. So I would say that. Trump sees it. She sees the real picture. Like at the end of the day, what would you take? Like trade with China increasing or we keep Taiwan? Like, I think that's how he sees it is I'd rather build a relationship better with China. And that's where the real focus is at. And I think that's why he brought those leaders over there to say, hey, listen, like what type of business are we going to be doing over the next 5-10 years? Like, let's lay out a plan for that. And I think it's overall going to be good. I think it's good for the markets because you saw last April when we got into it, the markets dropped by like 30%.
Oh, we did all the tariff shit?
Yeah. You know, nobody wants that.
Well, they might be using it as a reason to like make the market go back down. So his, you know, all of his people, the inside
scoop it up.
Could buy on the buy a 20% dip because
I like
go there and then it doesn't work out. Like they probably maybe he goes in knowing it's not going to work out, and then the market reacts unfavorably, and then they're like, all right, kind of like what they've been doing all this time with like the whole Iran war and shit.
Yeah, bad headlines. There's major, I guess people are buying a ton of future contracts and options based on oil, like literally like hours before huge news drops.
Huge fucking positions.
Yeah, and they're just making gobs of money, whoever it is.
Yeah.
So
and then unloading at the top, knowing that there's gonna be a ceasefire.
The next, they just know what's going on.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
I mean, they know who's placing these trades because the trades go through the tape. They like somebody knows who's placing these.
Yeah, fucking Barron's placing them, and Eric.
Someone's doing it.
But they figured, if Nancy Pelosi was able to do it, we're gonna just do it 10 times better.
Yeah, I mean, she's done it for ages. You see that, like Nancy Pelosi, they got all these trackers now of government officials to see what they're buying and shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking great.